Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
So your girl Wendy Williams has had quite an adventurous summer, with her big money maker hit TV show The Wendy Williams Show ending and having that time slot given to Sherri Shepherd for her own show, to Wendy giving interviews that had us all questioning if she was indeed okay, to the questionable choices she had in management. All I can say is that as a huge Wendy fan, I probably speak for us all when I say the word concerned is a bit of an understatement. Well, our girl Wendy went to rehab to get help with alcoholism, and I'm happy to say that she got out yesterday. Now, according to our girl Wendy Williams, she says that she's 100% and she's better than ever. Now, the question on everyone's mind is, do we truly have our girl back? I surely hope so, but only time will tell. We'll get into that, but before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any of this tea. Now, let's get back into it. Now, news broke late last month that Wendy Williams had entered into rehab for substance abuse, but little did we know at that time is that the news actually came in late. By the time we found out late September, Wendy had already been there for over a month. Now, according to sources, Wendy had a hard time when it came to trying to stop drinking alcohol, and many felt that Wendy's health was failing due to her heavy drinking. But unfortunately, we were all watching Wendy spiral out of control. Her bizarre interviews, her being followed into stores, and getting the cab driver to even buy her liquor. In my opinion, Wendy had a lot of yes men in her circle and nobody really telling her no to actually try to help her. What I can say is this, because a lot of people have been very judgmental of Wendy. Why is she going back to drinking? Why is she doing this? Why is she doing that? With everything that Wendy has had happen to her in the past few years, I can see why she did run back to alcohol as an easy coping mechanism of choice. Not making it right, but I'm also not coming from a place of judgment. You have to think about it. Wendy has gone through a lot in these past few years. Wendy has lost her mother. She's lost her husband and gone through a terrible divorce. A baby is now involved. She's lost the Wendy Williams Show, which was probably the only thing that gave her purpose in life besides having little Kevin. And now she's lost her money because Wells Fargo does not seem to be coming up off of it. They froze her money earlier this year and allowed her no access to it and will pay bills on her behalf. But Wendy has no money of her own because they've taken a hold of it. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying I get it. So we got word that Wendy checked into a Malibu rehab center in August. Now, while we're unclear if she was admitted voluntarily, what's important is that Wendy did go. Now, according to Wendy's rep, Sean Zanotti, Wendy says, "Thank you to my fans for your love, support, and many prayers. I'm back and better than ever." Now, reading the Sun report from yesterday, it says several sources close to Wendy, 58, have exclusively revealed to the U.S. Sun that her struggles with alcoholism are so serious that the former daytime TV star was in intensive treatment in Malibu Wellness Facility for nearly twice as long as her team previously revealed before her release was announced on Tuesday. On Tuesday, Wendy's rep Sean Zanotti gave a statement to the U.S. Sun. "We are happy to report that Wendy Williams is home and healing after being in a wellness facility since August." Wendy's team announced that the host was in treatment in mid-September, but one source explained she had already been at the facility for about a month before the announcement was made. Alcohol has been a real struggle for her over the past several years. She is battling severe alcohol abuse mixed with serious health issues, one source close to the star added. She was being treated for extreme alcohol abuse. There are no other drugs involved. She has had several doctors who have told her for years, if you drink, you'll die. She never really wanted to stop, and the people around her in New York have allowed her to keep drinking. After 2 months in treatment, one source says Wendy has been struggling and her progress has been slow. She is doing marginally better. The problem with Wendy is that once she gets the impression that she's better because she doesn't have alcohol in her system, that she can just take over the world again. The issue is that her alcoholism and damage it has done to her health is much more severe than that. She really needed long-term recovery. And honestly, you guys, I kind of felt the same way. I know someone personally that went through the same thing that Wendy's going through, and they were in the facility for 18 months. Not to say that Wendy needed to go for that long, but 2 months just to me does not seem like enough time to get help for everything that she needed to get treated for. If I'm wrong, you guys correct me, but let's continue reading. A source close to Wendy's family has cautioned that the former host is in no shape to sign contracts or do anything related to business at this point. There's been a lot of shuffling and moving Wendy around, and there are people who have been using her and using the state that she's in to manipulate her into doing things. Despite Wendy's statement about launching a podcast and opening a restaurant in recent and oftentimes bizarre interviews, the insider added that her recovery needs to come first. Her only focus right now needs to be on her recovery. She continues to struggle with processing issues. She can't be signing any contracts if she can't read or understand them, the source warned. She is not in the right state of mind to be signing anything right now. Her rep's statement on Tuesday concluded with, Wendy is excited about the road ahead and looking forward to releasing her many projects. She wants to say thank you to my fans for the love, support, and many prayers. I am back and better than ever. And honestly, you guys, this one is really baffling me. I really feel like management needs to be switched up right now. If Wendy is not in the right state of mind now after being in rehab for 2 months, why the heck were podcast deals being talked about when her mind had to be in a much worse state then? Why were interviews being given if she can't comprehend contracts now? You know, if she can't comprehend them now, what the heck was she comprehending then? That's why she wasn't making any sense. So many people have failed her, and I get it, she's grown, but y'all know good and darn well with watching Wendy, watching those interviews, she answered those questions. Wendy was not in her right mind, and I definitely agree that people were in fact taking advantage of her during that time, including her bank. Yes, I think they saw that there were issues going on with Wendy, as we could all see, but I think they also saw that as a way of getting in. Were mishandling her funds, giving her funds to managers that wasn't supposed to have her funds. Like I said, this money story with Wells Fargo and Wendy Williams runs way deeper. That's a whole nother subject for a whole nother video. All I can say is this: I'm glad that Wendy is on the road to recovery, because honestly, it came to a point where I was almost afraid to read any Wendy stories because I kept fearing the worst. Thankfully, your girl Wendy is on the other side of the mountain, and prayerfully we can all get the old Wendy back. Even if it's not the old Wendy, something damn near close to it. I'll be happy with that. Anyway, what I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about everything going on with Wendy? And for my people that are in the healthcare industry, what do you think about Wendy being in that facility for 2 months? I honestly feel like she should have went for longer, and they said that she should have been in a long-term facility as well. Tell me what you think about that. Leave a comment, and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my new episodes.